Hello, I am Neil Loudon, and the other day I talked about soft pastels. Now, I realise that there are several types of pastels, but soft pastels are probably the best ones of all. And this is edition two about the subject. Now, pastels are thought to be the oldest material of all arts materials. Uh, and there's a theory that women were the first artists who did any art of any kind. And this would have been a long time ago when they lived in caves. Um so they were the first artists, and that's obviously unprovable, but it's just a likelihood. Now, today, pastels, several thousand years later, pastels are made of, uh, let's see, they're a mixture of the pigment itself and the chalk and the water that go in to making them stick together. Now, these are the French ones I mentioned the other day, and they are particularly good. And if they add chalk to them in an excess, they will be lighter in colour. If they have a very neat pigment, that it tends to make them darker. And some of these colours are fairly dark, these greens. That's a fairly dark colour, and that would be known as viridian if it was in oil paint. But with pastels, they tend to just, like I said the other day, just be numbered, and and you get used to recognizing the pitch of pastel that you want. Right. Uh, Let me see. Don't buy. Don't be tempted into buying if you're starting out with pastels. Don't be tempted to buy big boxes of pastels where you can spend up to £100, and it it's far too much money, because very often the uh, the actual colors can be mixed up anyway by dragging one color over another. So there's no need to buy 20 pastels. You can mix them up uh, with just a few colors. Now, so avoid big boxes of pastels and spending vast amounts of money. Find out what you like and gradually buy the bits and pieces that you do like, and the colors that you do like, and all the rest. And you'll change your mind along the way here and there, but basically that's the best way to go about pastels. Like I said the other day, go for Unison, and some of their colors are beautiful, and go for these ones, which are the French ones, which are Sennelier. And people like Cezanne and Monet and people like that, they would have used these, and the quality is absolutely superb. And people like Monet wouldn't touch anything unless it was good, you know, so they went straight for the best quality things. You know, there we are. Right. The thing about pastels is you're drawing on a sandpaper like material, which is called pastel card, and you want to cover over all the actual card itself, and you can do that for the sake of this. Now, this has only had one session of working on it, but you can cover over the whole picture, and with that comes the ability to compose the picture. Now, you're not here to draw a good house, you're here to compose a picture that is an interesting set of reds, greys, blues, and greens, and you're moving things around. Now, the beauty of pastel on the pastel card is that you can drag one colour that's completely different over the other ones, and it can make another colour still that's utterly beautiful, and maybe stretches your own abilities to get to the colour you really want to get to. And pastels don't have to be neat and tidy and this and that. They can be a mixture of showing off the dragging of one colour into another, and making up several colours. Now, what you can do, for instance, and I'll show in the next lesson, is drag one colour over another, and you can get a third colour. Now, that's famous all through history. People like Turner, people like Constable, they all did it in their oil paintings, and they did it with total intention. It was part of the meaning of the painting, and Constable had terrible problems getting famous. And it was only because of a French artist who came over to see his painting in an exhibition in London that he said, "This is a great painter." But Constable had one colour dragged over another, and it wasn't just that he could just mix up green, it was that he could drag green over something else and over something else, and that made fabulous looking paint, and fabulous looking, whether it was crayon or watercolor, it always made an interesting looking thing. And like I said the other day, that's glazing, and it's in pastels. Pastels is not well documented in terms of talking about it. They say it in other materials, but not in pastel. And the difficulty of pastel is there's not much written about it. It's up to you to work out how to use it. Okay.